Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Atasha Manverde, and this is my senior capstone proposal presentation. The title of my presentation is Appropriation versus Appreciation. So just a few things about myself before we get started. I am a transfer student from Maui College. I also have a background in illustration from California College of the Arts. I graduated from Liverpool High School in upstate New York, and my major is creative media with a concentration in general creative media. Here's a summary of my presentation. First, I will cover my plans for the capstone project and what I intend to create. Next, I will state my thesis, and then I will talk about my objective and rationale of the research conducted. And lastly, I will discuss the significance of my proposed project along with my research. My thesis is the Hawaiian art and design, once marginalized by commercialization, is now experiencing a rebirth of art that prioritizes authentic representation and honors the rich cultural traditions of Hawaii, reflecting a growing movement towards respect and appreciation for Indigenous heritage. My objective and rationale for the research conducted is on cultural appropriation versus appreciation. So there have been many instances of cultural appropriation concerning Hawaiian culture, which have had detrimental effects as it diminishes in the authenticity and integrity of Hawaiian traditions. And having lived in Hawaii for many years, I am aware of the misrepresentation within the culture and these issues that are significant. As a first generation Iranian American, I have also experienced appropriation of my own culture and identity. So I wanted to bring awareness to this matter with proper understanding and respect in acknowledging the culture and customs. So through my research, I explored the historical context of Hawaiian culture before and after colonialization, uncovering how these events have shaped them. And this journey led me to examine the distinction between cultural appropriation and appreciation, highlighting the significance of cultural representation so that the elements of Hawaiian culture and other appropriated cultures are not commodified. My plans for the capstone project are to work with a local artist or organization on a public art project that facilitates further research on my topic and allows me to work in a field that I am passionate about. And my intention with this project is to create awareness and honor Hawaiian culture by helping to create experiences that engage us with public space and bring our community together. So moving on to significance. The first significance is to raise more awareness. Raising awareness and accurately portraying cultures by supporting their voice and cultural practices is important in prevention of misrepresentation of a culture. The future implications would be strengthening cultural awareness and providing tourists with deeper cultural sensitivity to prevent negative impacts. The second significance I chose is challenging colonial narratives. While tourism continues to commodify Hawaiian culture and art, there are significant opportunities for resistance and revitalization through educational initiatives and continued practice of Hawaiian traditional arts. Hawaiian artists, teachers, and cultural practitioners play an essential role in ensuring that Hawaiian culture is preserved and accurately represented. And by teaching Hawaiian culture through art, we can create a space where cultural practice remain meaningful and resistant to the forces of commodification. The future implications for this would be breaking down stereotypes and allowing Native Hawaiians to reclaim narratives, which is paramount to their cultural preservation. In my research, the data I found surrounding cultural appropriation was mainly found in the entertainment industry, but also in advertisements and Hawaiian symbols. There's been a history of profiting off of traditional Hawaiian practices like hula or the essence of aloha without involving Native Hawaiians or giving compensation. And there has also been a lot of white depictions of Hawaiian culture and commercialized art, especially in the 1950s when tourism was growing. Mainland artists and designers didn't really reflect the actual culture and people of Hawaii in their work. So I kind of have examples of that on the screen. Hawaiian themed events is another form of cultural appropriation. It's viewed as disrespectful because it treats the culture and traditions as a costume. And there has been a lot of pushback on social media platforms urging people to educate themselves and to not appropriate their culture. Tiki aesthetic is another form of misrepresentation. Symbols like hula dancers, totems, sea turtles, Polynesian art, and any other form or symbol that is commodified can also contribute to negative stereotypes and be misleading. So moving on to my target audience, my first target audience would be local residents. I feel that it's important to prioritize the local community and have them engage in these public spaces to create a community and a conservation. My second audience would be tourists. I think that tourists can largely benefit from understanding Hawaiian culture and traditions and learning to respectfully engage with the culture and islands and also continue to spread awareness. And the third would be myself, because I still have a lot to learn about Hawaiian culture and representation, and I also want to engage with my community on a deeper level. My proposed solution is to create awareness and highlight the Indigenous stories of often overlooked cultural and historical sites affected by tourism by creating innovative art projects that engage us with our public spaces. And the preparation and process for this, I would first start with contacting a local organization that is involved in public art spaces, sending my resume, portfolio, and preparing for potential interviews. The production would be working with the local artist and organization on the project and documenting the process, participating in the project for the term, and dealing with the real-world design challenges. And for the post-production, I would be sharing documentation such as photos and media of the process, along with my contributions to the project. This would be to showcase my involvement. I would be creating an Instagram page and a website that I would post to weekly. As for my deliverable, I'll be creating a social media account and website. The social media account website will be behind the scenes documentation of case studies and collaborations with other designers on the project. And I also plan on using reels and stories for the social media account and providing photographs and information about the concept of the project and contributors to the public on my space on my website. Okay, so that concludes my presentation and appreciate everyone for listening. Does anyone have any comments?